Terence Crawford recently asked Canelo Alvarez to fight him, and Alvarez reacted badly. Israel Madrimov thinks that Terence Crawford would have a hard time moving up to super middleweight to fight Saul. Canelo Alvarez lost his fight to Terence Crawford by majority decision after 12 rounds. Crawford then beat Israel Madrimov and Eddie Hearn. Thought the scorecards were a joke and said it was a waste of time. It wasn't a 1-1-6-1-1-2 fight, Hearn said after the fight. Hearn was a champion going into the fight, but because he was facing Terence Crawford, he didn't get a shake. All of the good punches came from Israel Madrimov. Crawford threw hard in the last round. It was a very close fight. I think you should step in and take the champion's belt. That wasn't Terence Crawford's fault, and I love him, he's great. But I think Mira Grant should be winner tonight, champion. The fight could have gone either way. But when you hear the scorecards, you wonder why you bothered. You lost by 4 rounds on 2 of them, it wasn't that close going into the fight. Offie said, I don't know what weight they fight in, but if they fight in Canelo's current weight class, I think it will be very hard for Crawford. Because he's so big, although Madrimov thinks Crawford is too small to match Alvarez at 168 pounds, he does admit that the former 135-pound fighter possesses a strong punch. There is no doubt he has power, and there is no doubt he has skills. I realize that's why this fight was so tight. Madrimov continued. If I had won the 11th and 12th rounds, I might have won the fight or gotten the draw, but I did what I could and followed my plan. I did a lot in the beginning of the fight as well. It was hard for me not to be mean and fight him. I clearly exerted more energy, but maybe next time, with the experience I learned, I can do better. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notice bell. By doing this, you'll never miss out on any future movies from the combat sports world. Originally, when asked about the possibility of Terence Crawford facing Canelo, didn't appear too enthusiastic because the weight differential between the two is significant.
I don't know. But just like it was with Golovkin, is that going to be the case all over again with Benjamin? I know you focused on Charlo, but is that going to be the case with Benjamin that's hit? Everyone's asking you.
Yeah.
Kick his ass.
Yeah.
How bad do you want to shut him up and be like, hey, this is the guy? Like I kicked his ass too.
Hey, you know, I don't want to say, because there's a lot of people like him, and I don't care. It's fine to have opposite.
Do you want Crawford to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight?
No, you know, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
You know, it's crazy when you asking about that, because you say, your Machado is coming out with other weight classes, and and he's welterweight, so don't make sense. But if the fight makes sense, why not?
A lot of people have him at #1 pound for pound. You think that's fair to you?
You know, it's a few people there who deserve the #1 pound for pound, and it's fine.
How do you end the fight?
Huh?
How do you end the fight?
With a lot of body shots.
But now we've seen Crawford already go up in weight to fight Madrimov. It's clear his intentions are to get used to the weight and find a way to make it happen, although I think we can all agree Crawford would still need a few tune-up fights before taking on Canelo, as he looked good. But Canelo is a different beast in there. If Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez square off in a major bout in the first quarter of 2025, Alexander Usyk thinks Crawford will prevail. Alvarez is the unified 3-belt super middleweight champion, and I think Terence will win. Terence is a different man. Terence works on both the right and left sides, as stated. Alexander Usyk on the YouTube channel 3 Knockout Rule. Usyk believes that if the bout goes through, Terence Crawford will defeat Canelo Alvarez at the 168 lb weight class in 2019. He feels the distance Terence can box like a big guy, said Usyk. Now hearing those words from someone like Usyk, and the legacy he has, goes to show how close a fight would actually be between the pair, as he knows boxing like the back of his hand, and hopefully we can get this fight announced. Crawford has made it known for a time that he wants the Canelo bout for his legacy, and of course the massive purse, and he knows it would have to be a catchweight.
I'm trying to make all-time history.
Right.
You know, if the Canelo fight come to fruition, then that's a fight that I'll be willing to take just off the wrist. You know, to be one of the all-time greats. That, you know, that's a fight.
That's the one that gets you going. I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah. That's a fight because of the challenge.
Yeah.
I love the challenges, and I love the people that I hear them now. You too little. You know, Canelo gonna break you. He's gonna stop you. You come from 147, that weight too big, this and that. I can hear it now. And that just excites me to go in there and just be like, okay, let me prove him wrong once again.
That fight would be gigantic if Canelo gets through Jamel and then you guys fight.
Before we go any further into the video, how do you see a fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez working out? Would it be a one-sided pounding by Canelo, as many are expecting, or could you see Crawford being able to disarm Canelo and win over him? Reply down. In any event, Bud has achieved success at 154 and may move towards his goal of taking on Saul. Canelo Alvarez at 168 Turkish League of season has admitted that he had offered the Mexican an offer. Many think the Omaha pound-for-pound star should resist from making another weight climb because the Madrimov performance is now viewed as a benchmark. Ryan Garcia is one of those who shared their feelings on social media after the fight. Crawford cannot beat Canelo, let's be honest. The left jab is connecting for Crawford, and the left hook is important for Madrimov. If he can land this, he will stop everything Crawford does, regardless of the results. Why all stated Crawford, pound for pound, does not look like this. Madrimov has 11 wins. Canelo kicks this guy for fun. Garcia stated that the fight will either end in a draw or a robbery, and then gave an audio message in which he indicated that Madrimov should have raised his hand and accused Bud Crawford of having a substandard resume. Crawford indicated that the Canelo fight will take place if the right amount of money is offered, but he wasn't as excited as he typically was to call out the February 261 Mexican warrior enters the ring after his win against Madrimov. Only time will tell what happens from this going forward. We can only hope the dotted line is signed, because what a blockbuster fight it would be. Subscribe to Combat Fury for future films from the combat sports world and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.